I shouldn't be alive today, but I beat the odds and you can too. This is Joe Cox, living in a narcissistic world. We're going to make your life simple. How do we do that? Give you clarity. Clarity of mind, body, and spirit. Once you have this, life is really not that difficult. The world is not difficult. People are difficult. Lost people, the world is so full of narcissists right now. They're so self-absorbed. You can see it on our media, social media, things like that. They don't um, think of anything else or how we affect other people. If everybody went through life with kindness, this world would be a kind place. That's why we like to come down in the woods. Like I said, the world, it does not hurt us. These trees, they're kind, they have love, full of life. They're beautiful. You hear the breeze. A lot of times we hear woodpeckers and owls and coyotes and all kinds of stuff down here. And we just love getting away. We come down here to do a lot of grounding and earthing and getting more in touch with nature. And that's what helps clear us up on the inside of our personal energy. But what we're going to talk about today is why do I say that I shouldn't be here? Because of all the things I went through. Um, my mother, the first 16 years of my life, I wasn't allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to play sports. I wasn't allowed to play the instrument that I wanted. I'll tell you that experience on another one about my experience of telling her actually I said I wanted to learn an instrument. She says, "Oh, what would you like?" And I told her, and then she says, "Oh, but you can't play that one, but you can play this one." Sound familiar? It's always a bait and switch. And then when I didn't like it, well, you said you wanted to play an instrument. That's not the one I wanted. But why did you do it then? It was like a mind F constantly the first 16 years of my life. It was like never about what was good for myself or for me. And for me to think of myself was selfish. I go through that too on another video. The difference between selfishness and self-care. I never even heard the word self-care until about 10 years ago. So things are so crystal clear now. I can look back and I can weed people out. I know how to handle situations now, and that's where we run into. Wonder if you can make the right decision at every point in your life. We wouldn't have any problems, right? It's every decision builds on our life or takes away from our life. Think about that. And it's our job to learn how to make each decision. So when somebody asks me to do something, how do I know whether to do that or not? Do I just think about my feelings and emotions? That's what we do as children, but there's a lot more that goes into it. But we do have an internal guidance system. And I talk about that on another video as well as in my book, Life Made Simple. But what we're going to talk about today is why do I think I shouldn't be here today? It's because I basically had to guess my way through life. But the key is I always was looking for an answer. That is the thing that allowed me to still be here today. And there's so many times I almost gave up. And sometimes I gave up as far as my will, my life force, my will to live was so low, I was right at the point of taking my own life. And something was telling me, just no, hold out a little bit longer. And answers slowly started to come. So what I realized is the answers were always there. I just didn't know where to look. So this is why I created this channel. A lot of doctors out there and therapists are guiding. Some of them are, most of them are good, but unless you've been through it, you truly don't understand it. It's like me trying to tell you what it's like to be a girl or vice versa. You just can't unless you've actually been through it. There is no way that you can explain it to somebody. I went through 7 therapists. It was the 7th therapist that helped me. And because none of those other 6, either they didn't care, I didn't connect with them, they just wanted to give me a pill, whatever. So I will say, if you feel like you need a therapist, just get the right one. Make sure, believe in yourself that you can pick the right one. And we can kind of go through other videos on how to make great choices. But bottom line is, based on the situations I went through in life. I graduated reading at a fifth grade level. I wound up putting myself through college. I'm a state licensed electrical contractor. I'm a licensed real estate broker, and I love my job. I'm married to the love of my life. How in the world can I come from total shit and get to a beautiful life? It's taken me a lot, because not only did the toxicity happen when I was a child, the abuse continued to happen as an adult. And it even got worse. Narcissists, absolutely. I can guarantee you this. The, the older they get, the worse they get, because they just don't care to pretend anymore. It's interesting. And the more they attack, the more they undermine. I have little, in my birth family, my immediate family of origin, I have no relation to any of them. And my extended family, I have very limited, because they have triangulated me so much and trashed me so much, and I didn't behave the way they wanted me to. It was never about Joe. Not one person in my whole family ever came to me and said, "Joe, you okay? You don't seem to be okay," you know? And I find that flabbergasting. I have this huge Christian-based family that doesn't even reach out and didn't even care. And honestly, maybe because my parents were so toxic, they didn't even want to get involved. I kind of understand that part too. So I don't hold any ill will. But bottom line is, the only reason I have it together is because I didn't give up. And I'm here to give you answers, to help guide you to find your answers, to help you live a balanced mind, body, and soul, mind, body, and spirit life. Okay? You've got to get those three, and those three create wholeness, creates a whole person. So people are out there, they're fragmented. Okay, they feel broken, they feel out of sorts, and they can't figure out why. They can't manifest things. They can't make good decisions, because you got to you're everything on the outside is a reflection of everything on the inside. So once we fix inside, everything outside will start to happen. That's what the my book's about, Life Made Simple. It's about how I went through and what I found that was important, that I didn't read in any other book. So this information I have in here, I've never read in another book. And it's a short book, it's 184 pages, and I guarantee the book to where if you get the book and it doesn't change your life, you send it directly to me. The guarantee is in the book. You have 90 days to read it, send it back to me. If you don't believe that this book will change your life, and I'll give you 100% of your money back. I'm not here to just sell books. I'm here to change your life. And that's why I just started these channels, because I wanted to get a feel of how many people are out there that really need help to get to where they want to be. And I find a lot of these doctors, a lot of them are really good. So I'm not bashing on them, but some of them are just grabbing. And I can tell you, I've been there, and I'm like, for instance, I'll give you a great example. How, and this is not necessarily from a doctor, but this goes across what we believe in society. And I'm going to do a whole video on this particular saying, but um, suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Sounds great on the surface, right? I guarantee you, you'll never find a person that's thinking about taking their life that thinks their problem is temporary. So as soon as you tell them that, you have isolated them. No, because you sit there and told them everybody else's problem is temporary except yours. That's what they're hearing anyway. I've been there. I know. I almost took my life because I thought I was the only one that had the permanent problem. They say, Joe, well, why do you think it's a permanent problem? Well, my problem was my parents could never love me. Well, they still can't love me. The difference is I do look at it different. The problem is still there, but I look at the problem differently. I realize it's not about them at all. It's about how I look at myself, how I accept myself. Was my childhood and my younger years pure hell at times? Absolutely. I was almost homeless numerous times. I became a millionaire, then went into a deep depression, dark night of the soul. I'm telling you, but there's answers out there. That's what I'm here to show you. There's an answer for every single question in life if you're willing to seek the truth. A lot of people don't want to know the truth. So then they stay lost. They most people just want to hear what's convenient and what's easy. Life was never meant to be easy. It's simple, but not easy. It's simple. And I'm going to show you that you can do it no matter where you are and where you come from. You can have a better life relative to where you are now. I am proof, and I will guide you. Please leave a comment, ask questions below, like and subscribe. Help me to make this the best channel. All this is from a lifetime. Been up here, down here. Went through 7 years of the dark night of the soul to come out, married to the love of my life, making more money than I've ever made. So please like and subscribe, and I look forward to you coming along for the ride. I send you blessings from my heart to yours. Goodbye.